the campus here. So I'd like to welcome you to Flinders and to the College of Science and Engineering, and I hope you'll have a great time studying with us. I'm Dr. Sue Pike, and I'll be your host today, along with Dr. Narelle Hunter, who is joining me as well.
Hello, and thank you.
So I'm from the Physics and Molecular Sciences teaching program. I'm the teaching program director, and Narelle is here representing the Natural Sciences program. So that covers the two areas of science here at Bedford Park. Okay, so I'd like to acknowledge today that all the Adelaide campuses of Flinders University are established on the lands of the Kaurna people, and we pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. The Kaurna people were the first scientists to live and study on this land, and we're grateful to them for their knowledge. Thank you. So today we're going to try and help you get a great start at Flinders. We've got 3 lovely ambassadors down here later. We've got people from all sorts of support services to tell you what they can do to help you. So we've got a bit of an outline about what we're going through. We've just got a half-hour presentation now where you'll see some faces that you may be able to follow up with later if you have questions about various things. So we've got people from admin services, from wellbeing and academic success. We're also going to have a question and answer session with our great student ambassadors. So that's probably the most relevant for you guys because they know what it's like to be in your shoes. It doesn't seem that long ago that they were the new students here. After that, you'll have a chance to meet your course coordinators, and we'll do some getting to know you things, and then we'll give you a bit of a tour. So you'll see where your lab is, where different places on campus are that you might need to find in the next couple of weeks. And of course, you can wander around once the official part of things are over and make sure you're really sure where you'll park or where the bus stop is, all those things that will help you get to class on time. And at the end of the tour, the ambassadors will take you over to the hub, and there'll be a nice lunch over there as well, and some other activities. Okay, tips for success. This is normally where the teaching program people jump in. So I'm just going to say I think you've made the really great choice of being here today. And I think the more you come on campus, the more you engage with things, the more you'll start to feel like Flinders is your uni, that you've got a community of people here who want to support you and help you do well. And the more you engage with everything we offer to you, the better that you'll do. I don't know whether Narelle has anything to add to that.
I think those are all really valuable. The other tip that I would add is we all at some stage will fall behind a little bit. That's perfectly normal, and there's lots of support available to help you. So if you do find that maybe you haven't been able to get to a class as much as you would want to, or something's happened in your life that has prevented you from doing all of those things that Sue has just talked about, reach out for help. Reach out to your topic coordinators, to your teaching program coordinator. Ask for help as soon as you can, because then we can help support you re-engage and get back to where you need to be without falling further behind. And there's no shame in that. It happens to all of us. So just reach out for help, because there's lots and lots of services that we can use to provide that support as well. But I'm sure as well when our ambassadors come and chat and answer some questions, they'll have some more tips for their successes as well.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point. Thanks, Narelle. I think one of the things I didn't mention is Narelle and I both coordinate topics as well. So if you're doing chemistry in first semester or at any stage during the year in first year, I'm sure you'll come across me teaching in your classes. And again, yeah, we're all happy. We're not scary. We're happy to support you. And we know the sorts of things that can help in circumstances that you might find yourself in.
And I think, Sue, you mentioned that we're not scary. We're really not. We're just human beings, just like you. So it's okay for you to come up and speak to us. Most of us prefer to be called by our first name. So you don't have to be very formal. You can just come up and chat to us. That's fine. We're just normal people, just like you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Narelle. Okay, so now we have some people who are going to tell you how they specifically can help you. So this is Jackie Cavey. She works with Aaron, and they do enrolment and course advice. So I know it can be a bit tricky to struggle through the enrolment procedure. Jackie's going to tell you how she can help.
Hello, everyone. As Sue said, my name's Jackie. I'm an enrolment course advisor at Science and Engineering. I also have my lovely colleague, Aaron. He is the coordinator, so he kind of knows what we do as well. Just joking. We also have another colleague, Tash Jansen, who splits her time between Bedford Park and Tonsley. I mainly look after all the science-based and IT and computing degrees, and Tash looks after engineering, maths and design. However, we're always willing to help. We've got a couple of little bits of information up there, which is really useful to know. You'll hear us talk about course rules. We will go on about course rules, won't we? Basically, it's the rules that helps you get through your degree, you progress. You want to do it in 3 years? Follow your course rules. It is simple like that. We also have what we call study plans. That's your plan to get you through the degree. Very similar to the course rules. We give you the topics that you need to study. We're also not scary people, just like to point out. You can find all this information on the website. So you can Google Flinders study plans, look at those links up there, and we'll help. And there's a study plan for every degree. If you can't find that study plan, let us know. What we also have at Anchor Core is drop-in sessions, so what we call course counselling. So if you're not sure or you want to say hello, you want to know where we are in Anchor Core, we're just down the bottom there. We also have what we call Ask Flinders, submit Ask Flinders for questions. So if you're just doing your first semester of study, you'll be able to find the study plan. However, if you've received credit from previous study, you're doing combined or concurrent study, or you're a little bit a problem with your timetable, do an Ask Flinders ticket and we'll investigate it for you, as well as our other team members that are not here today. Have we got any international students here today or on the line? Alrighty, welcome. What we recommend for an international student is make sure you follow your study plan so that you're meeting your visa requirements. If you're not sure, let us know, okay? Because if we don't know, we can't help you. And I've mentioned about Anchor Court. Welcome and congratulations for starting your semester at Flinders.
Thank you, Jackie. I'd just like to highlight what's on the bottom there. There's drop-in enrolment sessions. So you might suddenly realise that you're not sure if you're doing the right topic or you want to check what you need to do next semester. You can just drop into the office any weekday and you'll see where the office is on our tour. I think it's a bit of a scaffolded battleground at the moment, but you can get there and you will see where it is. They are improving Anchor Court, I believe. It seems to be taking a while. But between 11:30 and 1 p.m. any day, and you'll be able to chat to Jackie or Tash or Aaron, and they'll be able to point you in that direction. And the handbook, it's a great asset. I've seen third-year students who go, "What's the handbook?" And you really worry. So if you can start looking at it now, that will be really helpful. Thank you. Okay, we also have success and wellbeing advisors, and that sounds like probably the most important title for you to know about. So we have Mel and Anna, and Melissa's going to talk to us now. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. How you going? Can I just get a quick show of hands? Who's in Adelaide for the first time? Who's in Australia for the first time? Who's already feeling a bit homesick? Who's really cold? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so my name's Mel. My colleague Anna's at the back. She's going to wave to you. So we're Success and Wellbeing Advisors, and there's a third one who's currently being recruited, who will be supporting this college as well. And so our job really is just to point you in the right direction. So if something starts to go a bit wobbly and you're not sure who to ask, you can come and have a chat with us. And we can help you find out what it is that you need. If you're kind of lacking a bit of motivation, you get here and you're thinking, I'm not sure this is for me. I've got a lot of stuff going on. If you start to feel homesick, if you're worried about money, and all of those things start to impact you and you feel like your studies are suffering, then our door is always open to have a chat and try and break down some of those barriers. There are loads of support services here at the uni. You're going to hear about a lot of them this week, and I'm not going to go through all of them because we'd be here for a week. But what Anna and I do is we try and be a bit of a conduit to the service that you need. So if you feel like you need help with something and you're just not sure what service or who to ask or how to ask, then you can also come and speak to us and we'll go, oh, you need to speak to Disability Services. Oh, maybe you should go to the Flinders Legal Clinic. Oh, you need to speak to the Students Association. So we can try and break that down for you. As I said, we can connect you with those services. In week 3, you're going to get a text message and it's going to say, how's life going at Flinders? Reply 1 for an email, reply 2 for a phone call. If you respond to that, Anna and I will either email you or call you, and we'll just check in, see how you're going. So if you're kind of, oh, I'm meant to have registered for this class and I haven't, or I broke my foot and I can't get up the stairs, or I can't get to my classes because my accommodation is an hour away, reply to that text message. We'll get in touch with you. We'll try and help you as best we can. Yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything. There are some slides. Now, I'm going to go through the slides for the Student Learning Support Service. I will disclose that I don't work for the Student Learning Support Service, but that team couldn't be here today. So I'm going to run through this stuff. It's going to be a very light touch. If you do have any questions or you feel like you need to engage with them, I would encourage you to visit the Learning Lounge in the Central Library and you can speak to the team there. But we will go through. So the Learning Lounge, we have a bunch of learning advisors who you can drop into their drop-in service. I think it's at Central Library between 11 and 2 Monday to Friday. You can drop in, sit down at the table, start working on things. They will come around and they'll help you navigate through some challenges. So that might be, I don't understand my assessment question, or it might be, I'm really not sure how to reference, I'm not sure how to paraphrase, I'm trying to say this, but it sounds dumb. I want to sound smarter. They will help you with that. If you're a night owl or if you're studying online or you can't get to the campus, then you can actually access a similar service through Studiosity, and that's called Connect Live. So you go into Flow, you click on Studiosity and click on Connect Live, and you'll be able to speak in real time with a learning advisor, and they do all the same things. They're just not on the campus, okay? Those 2 things, if you do that this semester, you are already way ahead of all the other students who don't use it. I highly recommend it. Even if you just have one simple question, go and ask them. They know their stuff. They're so smart. And then they also run this Enhance Your English for Academic Purposes. So if you're writing assessments, if you're writing reports and that thing about, I just don't feel like I'm writing this properly, or if you're getting grades back and your teachers are saying, yeah, look, you're kind of there, but we need it to sound a little bit better, we need it to sound a little bit more academic, then you can go through this program and enhance your writing. So it's not a program just for international students to improve their English and writing, it's for all students. So if you want to sound smarter, go to this. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, so there's a learning lounge in Central Library. There's a learning lounge down at the Sturt campus. I think most of you probably won't go to Sturt, but you can. It's kind of as you come into the entrance of the uni, Sturt campus is there. And then there's also one at the city campus. Now, you're all based here, you're coming here, that's amazing. If you are living close to the city, I will say that Flinders students who are studying at Bedford Park have access to the city campus services. So if you're living in the city but you don't have classes and you want somewhere to study, you can go and use the library, you can use the services at the city campus. So definitely if you want to use the Learning Lounge there, you can do that. There are their opening times, so they're not open on public holidays, but every other weekday they're open. The times vary depending on the campus. And as I said, Studiosity, so one of the elements of it is Connect Live. The other thing, who's familiar with Studiosity? Who's used it at a previous course? Just one of you, a couple of you? Okay, so if you're very organised, which I never was with my assignments, if you're very organised, you could submit your assignment to Studiosity. It will be reviewed within 24 hours and then they come back to you with comments. Now, it's not going to say you haven't answered the question, but it's going to comment on the grammar, the language, the paraphrasing, the spelling, things like that. So it will come back to you with some comments. So if you're organised, then you can submit it and get that back in 24 hours. And as I said, you can also chat live with them. They also have, if you Google Studiosity assignment calculator, that will give you a plan for your assignment. So you can go, okay, today's date, my assignment's due in 8 weeks, put the date in, and it gives you a plan of how to start your assignment, what to do each day. It's fantastic. And then in the English for academic purposes that I mentioned before, these are the sorts of modules that you go through. If you can't, they do run it, I think, face-to-face, yeah. If you can't get to it, they also do have online modules. So you can do it self-paced through Flow. And these are the types of things that they cover. And as I said, if you go through it and you have questions, pop into the Learning Lounge. And then in there, they have a SLSS Flow module. And these are the elements in the Flow module. So you can access all of their resources online in terms of English language and grammar, learning tools, study and exam strategies, oral and visual presentations. They have loads of stuff about how to prepare for those. The referencing quick how-to guide saved my life. So these guides are fantastic as well. So have a look there first. If nothing makes sense, pop into the Learning Lounge and see them. Next slide, please. There you go. Any questions? Don't ask me. But I would say if you go on a campus tour today, just if they take you through the library, just ask them to show you where the Learning Lounge is so you know where it is, okay? Have a fantastic week. Have a great semester. I really hope I don't see you because it means everything's going great. But if things do start to get a little bit wobbly, you're not really sure, then please do come and visit us, Anna and I. You can find our website by Googling Success and Wellbeing Advisors. I will just finish off by saying if your teachers notice that maybe you're not doing so well, maybe they're a bit worried about you, maybe you've disappeared from classes, they might ask us to contact you. So you might get a phone call or an email from us going, Narelle, I was a bit worried about you. Are you okay? So we might check in with you. So don't be surprised if that happens. It just means that we want to make sure that you're doing well and that we can support you as best that we can. Okay, thank you.
And I apologise to Jackie, I didn't think of clapping. I also didn't think about questions. One of the things we love at Flinders is for you to interrupt us and ask us things. So if you have any pressing questions, please do interrupt us and ask us. You can tell I haven't hosted this for a few years. Okay, so we've got some tips for academic success here. These are things that Narelle and I think are really important. And a lot of those things are things that you've already got a head start on by coming today. Down the bottom, it tells you that making friends is really important. And it is. And hopefully you will meet someone. Well, we're going to make sure in a minute that you meet someone that you didn't know before you came. Some of you seem to have come with people. Hopefully some of you have met someone new already. But we love it when we see people with the same people we saw them with at orientation when we go into our first classes. So questions is there again, somebody new, I would forget. Ask questions, ask anyone you think may be able to answer. There's discussion boards on your topic where you can ask questions and another student can answer your questions. All sorts of places. Checking your Flow pages for your topic. So Flow is the Flinders Learning Online. It's our learning management system. And we will contact you. So I would also say checking your email regularly is really important. I won't say Narelle is old, but I'm old. Email is how I can. communicate with people. So I'll send you a message. If you're in one of my topics, you'll get a message from me at least once a week, letting you know what's on that week, what you should have done, what you need to be thinking about doing, what you should be working on, just to touch base and remind you. I'm happy for you to follow up if anything's not clear. Most of your topic coordinators will do that. We often send reminders when assignments are due, all that kind of thing. And if you're not looking at your email, you'll miss all of those pointers. And when you accept your FAN, you know how there's terms and conditions that nobody ever reads? One of the terms and conditions there is that you will read the emails that Flinders staff send you. So even if you're not an email person, get it on your phone, look at it. You can delete them once you've seen them, but do look at it. Okay, and yeah, the flow pages, they may all be set up slightly differently, but make sure you get familiar with how your topic coordinator has set up your page. We're working towards getting them a bit more uniform, but hopefully that will be good. Do you have anything to add? Okay. Very good. Well, what we're going to do for an icebreaker now, after the icebreaker, we're going to get the student ambassadors up to tell you a few things. So I just want you to find someone you know, or someone you don't know, say hello to them, tell them 3 things. Your first name, the country you come from, and the course that you're enrolled in. And you've got 2 minutes. If you can find somebody, even just turn around. It doesn't have to be another student. You have left. Just that? Oh, that's okay. We made it. I like that picture. If I was Ingo, I'd have a timer that would go off. Timer that went off. I use a cowbell in my first few labs. Do you guys want to come up? I'm just going to get you to introduce yourselves at the beginning so they know who you are and what courses you've done. Do you want to give some to the first 3 people who say they found a new person, or will we save them? Okay, if I can have your attention back, please. Now, Narelle has a couple of fun things to give away. Not to the people in the front row, sorry. We'll negotiate something for you guys. Who managed to find, now what I'm looking for, I want you guys to help me. I want you each to find someone who puts their hand up first. Who found someone new that they haven't met and they'll remember their name? You were definitely first, Alex. So we've got 1. Only 2 people found someone new. 3. So definitely Alex.
Does anyone know the significance of ducks at Flinders? Who else was first? Where? Help me out.
Someone here who really wants a
Here.
duck. I don't know.
So
who is
I'm
first.
giving out little ducks
And the black jumper back there.
as
I
a
think.
welcome
Is it
to
Jack?
Flinders.
Yeah.
So on your campus tour, you will see that we have a lake. And at most times of the year, we have ducks on our lake. So they're kind of our mascot at Flinders. So we do lots of duck related kind of things just for a bit of fun. So today I've got little ducks. They're very, very cute.
And if you've looked at our website, looked at the Flinders merchandise you can buy socks with ducks. We have COVID masks with ducks. We have all sorts of duck merchandise. So, yeah, it's not completely random that we're giving you ducks. So hopefully more than just a couple of you actually found someone new. There will be a chance later on to get more ducks. So I think Narelle won't be happy till she's given them all away. What we're going to do is give you a chance to talk to some students because they're the ones who've been in your shoes much more recently than me. So I'm going to get our 3 lovely student ambassadors to introduce themselves and let you know what they have studied here. I think that will do for a start.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Clancy. I'm in my 3rd year of a degree in biodiversity and conservation.
Hi everyone, my name's Lelena. I'm doing my PhD in chemistry at the moment, but I did a bachelor in chemical sciences.
And my name is Connor. I'm doing my 3rd year of forensic science biology division.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to ask these guys a question to start with, and then we'll let you guys ask some questions. And there might be some ducks for people who ask questions. I think, what would you share with the students that might be the thing you most wish that someone had told you when you were starting out at Flinders?
Go to every class you can. If it's in person, be there because it's a lot easier to focus, even passively, if you're in class than doing it over Zoom or Teams.
My first year was 5 years ago now, before we had COVID. So typically most people attended their classes in person and online wasn't as heard of. But I guess my advice would be to make friends and kind of try to communicate with them as much as you can about your topics. Because when COVID did happen, I found that I hadn't really spoken to too many friends in uni and I felt a bit isolated, and sometimes they can be really helpful to explain something in a different way and make it more understandable for you. So definitely make friends and talk to them.
I would say kind of automating everything or as much as you can. So if you've got weekly quizzes, depending on your subjects, you might have quite a lot of weekly things to keep track of. And I'd say, uni and life, it can all get very busy. So as best as you can, if you've got a quiz that's due every Thursday, set a calendar reminder on your phone or have like a weekly notification or something, so that it's as unconscious as it can be, so that you're not every week trying to frantically put together a to-do list. I would recommend that because it's very easy to miss stuff.
Excellent. I think when it comes to making friends, as was mentioned there, one of the ways is joining a student society. So we have a society called Flask, and I think you might take them past the Flask room later on. There's textbooks in there, there's computers. On a cold, wet day, it's a good space to retreat. You do have to join, but I think then you get 24-hour access to that room. So if you've got an hour between classes, it's a good place to be able to go. You can eat in there, all sorts of things. So that's a great place. It's the Flinders Academic Science Club, I think.
Yeah.
And these guys have been members, or some of them have. And yeah, there's lots of resources, lots of people from all year levels there. So you might meet someone in there who did the topic that you've got a question about last year and can help you. So it's a good way to get to know people as well. Okay, do any of you have any questions for our students? Jill? We have a duck.
Hi, hello. My name is Heithal. So I just want to ask you all, what is the one thing you love the most about Flinders? Because we're all just new here and we would love to hear from you what you guys like the most.
Thank you. Sorry, there's a shortage of mics.
That's an excellent question. Thank you for your question. My favorite thing personally about Flinders is I like that it's out of the way from the CBD. So we've got a beautiful campus with so many beautiful study spots that I think should be utilized, especially in spring and summer and even autumn with the lovely sunny weather, the lakeside walk with the hill. You often see people sitting there having a nap or doing a bit of their reading. So I think my favorite thing is definitely the campus.
I would say, again, depending on what subject you're in, the amount of stuff you can get involved in. So it doesn't just have to be, I attend my class, I go home. Like there's heaps of stuff you can get involved in. There's the whole like student rep system, and lots of events on campus, and most of the clubs have some type of like ball in the middle of the year, like a celebration there. So heaps of stuff to get involved in if you're looking for that.
Mine is teaching staff because they're all really nice. And if you have a question, they will answer it. They're like, stay after class. They're more than happy to help out. Even if not for that topic, if you have a question about a different topic, they're happy to help.
Thank you.
Playing the game.
That did earn a duck. You want to take the duck as well?
I'll take it with a duck.
Working. So you mentioned automation and things as a really helpful thing. I totally agree. I've been working out my Google Calendar the last week. But I was wondering, are there any other automation tools that any of you would recommend that you find helpful, or any other sorts of productivity tools and things that you use?
I use Google Calendar for reminders for things. And additionally, it links in with what everyone's been saying before about checking your emails, because it's so easy to miss stuff. At one point, I turned off Canvas notifications, which was a mistake. Don't do it. Keep your notifications on. You will miss stuff. Things like, because I have a paper diary system. I'm a big fan of that. That works for some people. But having a time, so every week on a Sunday, just checking through your Canvas notifications and your assessments and when everything's due. Additionally, at the start of the year, you'll get your usually your assessment timetable, so when everything's due, and writing that in so that you've got that kind of as a backup.
I got one. So you got your SAMP, which is your statement of assessments. They are your best friend. They will give you the week, the day, everything you need to know about your assignments. And I'm a big fan of redundancy. So I have daily Canvas notifications, weekly notifications, and a paper book with all of my assessments, what day and what I need to do for them.
I also don't know, maybe Sue or Narelle can confirm this, but the old Flow used to have a calendar and it would highlight the day in like red or something and hover over it and it tell you what assessment is due. Does the new system still have that? Yeah, it does. So use that. That's really helpful. Yeah, just keep an eye on that.
So there's an inbuilt calendar. Thank you. There's an inbuilt calendar in it as well, so you can use that if you like that system as well. Yeah. Another question anywhere?
Since you mentioned how beautiful the campus is, where are your guys' favorite study spots and why?
That's also a really good question. So I understand everyone has different ways they like to study. I personally cannot think in complete silence. So I like a bit of white noise in the background. So my favorite spot during undergraduate and even during my PhD sometimes is to go to the top floor of the the hub, near the library, where it's pretty open. They have desks with outlets and you can kind of watch the world go by, and there's plenty of white noise in the background, but it's not too disruptive either.
I would recommend all the spots around the lake. I love sitting on the floor for stuff, and there's a couple just random random walls you can just sit against, because there's no rules for where you can or can't study really. So any spot that works for you, but I love by the lake because there's people walking past, and yeah, same with the not complete silence. Nice breeze. It's all very good.
And the opposite, I like nice quiet spaces. So I've got a really good one just at the end of the ramp down here. That's really nice. It's got a little kitchenette, lots of PowerPoints. I always like sitting in the garden sometimes. So just down the ramp there, I got a little like community garden space, which I love to sit in at the benches there.
Yeah, I think also the foyer area here
Yes.
is available, and there are people here who will help you at various times in the semester with questions you might have. Student ambassadors, are they called student ambassadors?
So we
still?
have student mentors.
Yep.
As you came in, some of you, if you came from this side, you would have noticed there's a bit of an office with a big blind. During the week, that's often raised, and there's student mentors that sit in there that are available for you to just drop in and ask for help on whatever topics you're looking at. All of that space out here, inside and outside, is free for students to come and use during the times the building's open, sort of 9 to 5 or kind of 8 till 5 really. You're welcome to come in here and use this space as well.
I would like to add one more space. So if you do prefer more quiet areas, or even this is particularly helpful if you've got group projects as well, the library and the hub offer bookable study spaces. You can book it for free, and it's 3 hours for one session or 6 hours a week. And there's plenty of different rooms in the library that are really, really quiet, or in the hub, and they have like AV systems, the TV and stuff. They're really helpful. I found them particularly helpful if I was group studying for an exam as well, or projects, like I said.
Yes.
The question is, what is a good way to take notes following the teaching pace at Flinders? Notebook, computer, word by word, summarization?
A great question.
I'm a handwritten notes person because I know there's heaps of studies that handwritten is a lot better for like memory retention than typing, because typing, it can be really easy to do it just unconsciously and you're not picking up a single thing they're saying. So I would recommend handwritten. But yeah, whatever works for you, but that's a good one.
I'm of the same opinion. Back when I was in undergraduate and I attended my lectures in person, I'd read the slides and basically try and note down exactly what the lecturer said or what was presented on the slide.
What I always do is I don't have notes from the lecture slides because you get them afterwards anyway. So I always focus on what the teacher is saying, what they are explaining in more detail rather than just what's on the slides, because you can always go back, take notes from them after the fact.
Yeah, and I think it depends on which topic. We all do things slightly differently. Some will give the notes beforehand, some will give them after, some might not give them at all. So it really depends on which topic you're in and what you're trying to take notes for. But there's no set one right way of taking notes. It's really up to you what you're more comfortable with, how you want to store it, how you want to organize it. I was always one for handwriting and using a highlighter everywhere, and then I'd go rewrite it and make it perfect and pretty, but you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. So thank you all for your questions. I've noticed we've got quite a lot of course coordinators gathering outside, which means we've gone over. I apologise to them. So if you want to stand up, stretch your legs just for a minute, we'll get the course coordinators to come in and you can learn a bit more about what you're studying with them. So thank you very much. Thank you to Jackie and Erin for their presentation. We didn't thank them before. So and the student ambassadors as well. Thank you. And these guys will be around for the whole session. They will take you on the tour later, so you'll have lots of chances to ask them more questions. Thank you, guys. Rather than everybody on the board, we just get the course coordinators to introduce themselves.